Why is this seen as a masculine trait in women and not seen as a trait that is unhealthy, right? An unhealthy version of masculine energy. Because if a man was to do that to a woman, why is it not seen as unhealthy? Why is it not seen as imbalanced? Why is it just seen as, oh, he's just being masculine? Peace and prosperity. Welcome back to Earth's Feminine. If you are new here, welcome. This is a channel where you can come and learn all about primal feminine energy, the feminine energy that existed pre-colonization and before all of the conditioning and programming happened around womanhood and what it means to be a woman. My name is Esaia and I am the owner and founder of the Creatrix Academy. The Creatrix Academy is an online platform where you can access courses and programs that help you learn what I have coined as the mystical art of feminine energy, where you are basically activating your higher awareness as a woman and utilizing that to create your reality in feminine ways. In today's video, I want to talk about how, ladies, you are not masculine. There is a lot of this word masculine women being thrown around online, and I want to shed light on how a lot of what we perceive as a woman being masculine is really not her being masculine, but it is her embodying these distorted perspectives of what masculine energy is and masculinity. It's not actually real, healthy masculinity, because real and healthy masculinity being embodied in a woman is never looked down upon, is never seen as, oh, she's too masculine. It's never looked at that way. A woman who embodies healthy masculinity is regarded with respect, is revered in a lot of instances, and people tend to acknowledge and respect her a lot more and see her as a goddess a lot more when a woman embodies and has a relationship with healthy masculinity. So a woman being identified as masculine, this happens so much when in reality a woman is actually embodying and magnifying the distorted masculine energy of this planet. Women are magnetic. Okay, we're naturally negative, have a negative polarity. We represent the earth. We represent the earth's magnetic field. We are that calming and grounding force that we experience here on this planet. And men are electric. They represent the electrical energy, the positive energy, okay, the positive ions. When a man and a woman come into contact with each other, this energy dynamic exists to where she is the magnetic pole and he is the electrical spark. And so when he comes into the presence of a woman, his energy will electrify her aura, and she will immediately begin to magnify whatever it is that he's projecting into her or onto her. And so this energy of creation, right, this dance of creation between the masculine and feminine doesn't just happen when we decide to have a baby. It happens on an energetic level before we even meet each other. When a man comes into the presence of a woman, he is going to electrify her energy. He's going to spark her energy. And this is basically this spark, this electricity, within it contains information. So if this man has an unhealthy relationship with his masculinity. If he is carrying around, you know, distorted perspectives of himself and distorted perspectives of women, right? Which in this modern era, it's not uncommon for people to have these out of alignment understandings of masculinity and femininity, unless they go through the journey of self-discovery. If a man's coming into a woman's aura with this kind of mindset, with this kind of energy, she is going to absorb that energy. And a lot of times it becomes encoded into her DNA, and she becomes wired to behave in ways that mock these distorted expressions of masculinity. So, for example, I was watching a video recently that was done by Stephen Speaks, who is a relationship coach. And in his video, he listed all of these traits about masculine women and why you should avoid acting in these ways and having these traits. And one of the traits that I remember, he said, was a woman who is a bad listener. Basically, she does not have good listening skills. And, you know, possibly talks over a man in conversation, or talks too much, or says too much, right? And I remember thinking to myself, in hearing that trait, is like, you know, is that a masculine trait? Or is that just I'm an imbalanced person trait, right? Because if a man was to be in relationship with a woman and not be a good listener and not listen to what she tells him, and, you know, basically talks over her in the conversation and yada, 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 because I've dated several men that have done that to me, right? That have basically over-talked me in conversations, talk, right? And by me knowing and understanding the desire for the masculine to want to be seen, to want to be praised, to want to be acknowledged and appreciated, I understand that this is like an ego thing, and that's why a lot of men do that. But does that mean that it's acceptable? Does that mean that it's healthy? Does that mean that it's okay for a man to basically run a conversation and not give a woman any chance to give feedback or talk about herself or anything like that, right? So my question in that moment was, why is this seen as a masculine trait in women and not seen as a trait that is unhealthy, right? An unhealthy version of masculine energy. Because if a man was to do that to a woman, why is it not seen as unhealthy? Why is it not seen as imbalanced? Why is it just seen as, oh, he's just being masculine, right? The reality is it is an unhealthy trait to have. And both men and women should know how to listen in a conversation and receive someone in a conversation. A lot of times, right, in my own personal experience and also understanding and seeing other women, when they get into conversations with certain men, the conversation, if this man has an energy dynamic of what I described earlier, then naturally the woman will start to get into an energy of feeling like she needs to basically magnify this distorted masculine energy of cutting a man off, over talking in the conversation, right? Because he's not coming into her aura with a level of respect, a level of awareness and maturity around the masculine and feminine dynamic. He's not coming in with that energy. So naturally, a woman is going to embody and start to take on these quote unquote masculine traits. So this is gonna be a quick intermission where I would like to know, are you enjoying this video? If so, make sure you give this video a huge like and subscribe to join the Earth's Feminine community. I want to tell you guys about a massive sale I am having on one of my upcoming courses called Redemption. Redemption is a 5-week experience where I am going to be teaching you how to activate the miracle codes of regenerating your cells. In order for you to really and truly absorb anything that I teach, whether you decide to enroll into the Creatrix Academy or you decide to join the Earth's Feminine community by subscribing and watching the rest of my videos, what I believe is the very beginning of creating a healthy relationship with your feminine energy is getting back in tune with the body. The body is our very first relationship that we have with the feminine. Our mothers create our bodies in the womb, and our bodies are a reflection of the earth that we maintain a relationship with for our entire life. Within this course, you will be learning how to reach your peak in health and wellness in feminine ways. I'm going to be sharing with you all of the tools, all of the philosophies, all of the mindsets that I had to adjust, that I had to embody, that I had to utilize in order to basically transform my health from the time that I was a child up into my early adulthood. What I'm going to be teaching you in this course, you'll be able to take with you for the rest of your life. It is going to help you heal from chronic issues, and it is going to help you heal from long-held emotional things that we tend to store as women in the body that typically becomes the reason why we seem to lose our youth and lose our beauty and age over time. This course is currently at a price that I don't think that I'm going to keep it at for very long. So go to the link in my bio, click the link down below, and snag your spot before the month of December is up, so you can get access to live coaching with me as I bring you through this 5-week experience. If you are watching this video in the future, you can absolutely still get access. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you who feel drawn and called to stepping into redemption on the inside. And with that being said, I am going to get back to the video. Healthy and healed masculinity is not going to bring out unhealthy and unhealed masculinity in women. A lot of what we find to be distasteful or less than ideal traits in women are actually a product of women having to deal with the lack of or distorted masculinity within her environment, within her family structure, within the world. Get out of this headspace of, you know, I'm a super masculine woman, I have all these masculine traits, and how that may somehow in some way make you less attractive or less than worthy or all of these things. And I want you to also look at these masculine traits and see how they are being expressed in a distorted way, and where you can begin to express these masculine traits in healed and healthy ways. So in the example that I used earlier of a woman who doesn't know how to listen, right, is seen as being a masculine trait. What would a healthy masculinity do in conversation, right? Because we already know what the unhealthy masculine does in conversation with women. He talks over women, he dominates the conversation, all of these things. But what does a healthy masculine do? Whatever comes to mind, right? Those are the traits that you begin to embody as a woman to balance out that masculinity that you have within you. Okay, my loves, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comments. Have you experienced being in a relationship with a man who had or embodied predatory or distorted masculine energy, and from this it's caused you to step into a more distorted relationship with masculinity? Do you feel like the masculine energy that a lot of women embody is just something that, you know, they decided to start being and doing and behaving out of nowhere? Or do you believe that women are embodying a lot of distorted masculine traits because of the distorted masculine energy that is promoted to us as the main element of masculinity instead of more sacred and healthy forms of masculinity? Let me know what you think in the comment box below, and I will see you all in my next video. Peace.